y bienvenidos a la clase de español. Hoy vamos a aprender de cómo se celebran la Navidad en Latinoamérica. So, welcome to Spanish class. Today, we're going to learn about how some people celebrate Christmas in Latin America. Now, when I talk about Latin America, we're talking about a lot of countries where they speak Spanish. So we have these countries that speak Spanish. Originally, it was just Spain over here in Europe. But as they sent explorers across the ocean, they colonized um, parts of North America. So you'll see we have Mexico where they speak Spanish, Central America, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Costa Rica, and then we have most of South America where they speak Spanish. Now you'll notice this big pink country is Brazil. They speak Portuguese. Okay, but most of the rest of South America speaks Spanish. Now, I spent a lot of time in this pink country right here called Chile. And I actually got to spend Christmas there one year when I was 18 years old, when I was an exchange student, and we had some very fun traditions. So I'm going to teach you about some of the traditions for how Latin Americans celebrate Christmas, both in Chile and other parts of what we consider Latin America, where people speak Spanish. Now, while I have the globe out, I want you to know one really fun thing. We have the northern hemisphere up here, and we have the southern hemisphere down here. So it's like if you were to split this globe in half right along the equator, you would have winter up here, but it's summer down here when it's winter up here, okay? So when we have Christmas in the middle of winter, they have Christmas in the middle of summer. So we celebrated Christmas and then we went to the beach and had a pool party and celebrated because it was hot and warm in the middle of summer for Christmas, which is kind of a fun thing to wrap your mind around. So our goal today is to learn some new Christmas vocabulary and to understand some of the culture and traditions for how Latin Americans celebrate the holidays. Ready? So the first thing I want you to be able to do is wish someone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So this is how we say it. Te deseamos una feliz Navidad y próspero año nuevo. Do you want to say it with me? Te deseamos una feliz Navidad y próspero año nuevo. Excelente! We are also going to practice asking questions in Spanish. ¿Quién? Means who. So who is this? ¿Quién es? Different countries in Latin America have different names for this person that you see here in the picture. In some countries, they call him Papá Noel. In other countries, San Nicolás. In Chile, Viejito Pascuero. And in Costa Rica, Colacho. Cuando visita? When does he visit? You might know that he visits on Christmas Eve, right? On December 24th. Now, the fun thing is, if you were in Latin America, you would get to stay up till midnight on December 24th because everyone celebrates and opens gifts at midnight in the first wee hours of December 25th. So that's kind of fun, isn't it? Now, here on this page, you see a picture. We would call this a Christmas tree in English, right? So the word for tree is árbol. And when we're saying it's Christmas tree, es un árbol de Navidad. Can you say it with me? Un árbol de Navidad. Excelente! Now, the next question, ¿qué está arriba del árbol? ¿Qué está arriba del árbol? Do you see a star up there? In Spanish, you would say estrella. Can you say it with me? Estrella. Excelente. ¿Qué hay debajo del árbol? What is under the tree? You see gifts? Yes. We call gifts regalos. Regalos. And the next page will talk us through that. So you're learning some new Spanish vocabulary here. Hay una estrella arriba del árbol. Hay regalos debajo del árbol. Want to try it with me? Hay una estrella está arriba del árbol. Hay regalos debajo del árbol, which means there are gifts below the tree. Excellent job, you guys. Now, right up here, oops, that way, you see campanas. Campanas, those are bells. Y aquí abajo, you see Christmas ornaments. Adornos de Navidad. Do you want to try it with me? Oop, campanas y adornos de Navidad. Excelente! Here we have a snowman, right? In Spanish, you would say muñeco de nieve. Can you say it with me? Muñeco de nieve. Excelente. Now I'm going to ask you about his eyes. ¿Qué color son sus ojos? Sus ojos son negros. Excelente. ¿Cuántos brazos tiene? ¿Cuántos is how we would say how many. So, ¿cuántos brazos tiene is asking how many arms does he have? Tiene dos brazos. Excelente. If you said dos, you're right on. Now up here, we have luces de Navidad. Luz means light. Luces means we have more than one light. Luces de Navidad. ¿Cuántos luces hay? ¿Cuántos, remember, asks how many. How many lights are there? Let's count them. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. Dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. Excelente. Tenemos siete luces. Now we're going to talk about more culture and traditions. Se abren means they open. Abrir is our verb for to open. Abrir. Okay? And regalos, remember, are presents. So they open presents el 24 de diciembre, on December 24th, a medianoche. Okay? Medianoche, what do you think that means? Midnight. Excelente. Now, here's a tradition that is different than how we celebrate here in the United States. Many Latin American countries celebrate El Día de los Reyes Magos. And Reyes Magos, if you look over here, are the three wise men, okay? And they traditionally bring gifts for Spanish children on the night of January 5th. So the kids get ready for the visit of the three kings. They leave out cookies and sweets, and they also leave out hay and grass for the king's camels. And then the kids are all excited to wake up the next morning and find the gifts that were brought to them. Many families will also celebrate by making a special cake. Here you see a roscón de reyes, and it's a round circular cake that looks kind of like the king's crown, right? And on the top there are candied fruits and nuts that look like jewels, and there's two things hidden in this cake. There's a little figurine of a king, and then there's a little fava bean. Okay, and they slice up the cake. Each person gets a piece. You have to eat very carefully. If you find the king, then you get to be crowned king for the day. And if you find the fava bean, then you have to pay for the roscon. And then one of those people also hosts another celebration several weeks later at their house and invites everyone to their home for the next celebration. Next up, you're going to learn about how different countries celebrate some of the days leading up to Christmas. So in Colombia, where you see this little arrow here in South America, the Christmas celebrations get started on El Día de las Velitas. Now, a vela is a little candle, right? And velita on the end of a noun means little. So it's the day of the little candles. And people celebrate that on December 7th. There's a strong religious significance, and you'll see many different luminaries and lanterns in the streets as people celebrate this day. In Ecuador, on December 16th, they start the Novena de Navidad. And you'll see that there's lots of singing, there's lots of getting together and celebrations, and there's a nativity scene everywhere because they're celebrating the 9 days leading up to Christmas. In Guatemala, they have a lot of parades. They have the posadas. Posadas means a nativity scene. And so as you can see here in this parade, in this picture, they have some of the velitas, the little lights. They also have a lot of the scenes that you would see from the nativity scene, and they reenact the story, the Christmas story. In Mexico, they have a very interesting celebration on December 23rd. It's called the Night of the Radishes. And they carve these radishes to look like all these beautiful flowers and figures. And it happens in Oaxaca, Mexico. And people come from all over to see the incredible creations that people have made out of radishes, of all things. That would be an interesting thing to try. I think I still have some in my garden that I might have to dig up and carve. In Chile, they eat a traditional pan de Pascua. Pan means bread, and Pascua is typically the word used for Easter, but in Chile, they talk about Pascua when they're talking about Christmas and Easter. And there are many immigrants in Chile from Germany and Italy, and so they've adopted some of the traditions, and it's kind of more like our traditional Christmas bread, or it's a sweet, spongy bread that they make there. Now, there are some traditional Christmas songs that we would think of. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad is wishing someone Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and overall happiness. And then there are some more traditional carols that would be typical to Latin America that don't necessarily translate into English. And so the next one, I didn't want to play this one for you. The next one would be about a little burrito. A burrito is a little tiny donkey that is on the road to Bethlehem. And so I have posted some of those in our module so that you guys can see some of the traditional songs and find the lyrics to hopefully sing along. Even just hearing the rhythms, hearing the joy in the music is a fun way to experience Spanish. And as new Spanish learners, the more you hear Spanish, the more you're immersed in it, the more your brain is picking up and connecting. So thank you guys for learning about Christmas in Latin America, and I hope you get to experience some of the celebrations and someday get to experience Christmas in the middle of summer sometime and somewhere in Latin America. Bye, you guys. Adios. Feliz Navidad y Prospero Año Nuevo.